Hey Libras, welcome to your 2020 Tarot and Astrology reading. Welcome back to DQ Tarot to my subscribers, and if you haven't, do make sure to hit the subscribe and check out your monthly as well as daily readings, okay? Let's get into this here. This 2020 is going to be quite the year. It's got a lot of really big astrological things going on. We also have 6 eclipses, which is a lot more than even 2019. So here we freaking go, right? Okay, Libras. So this is again for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. When I talk about the houses, it's from the perspective of the Libran Sun. So I do recommend going and figuring out, what your houses are, and Cafe Astrology can help you out with that. There's some other sites as well where you can check that out. But anyways, I'm going to be drinking some water during this because I'm kind of getting over a cold. And of course, I got this water bottle from a fellow Libra, my sister. It's a rose quartz like water charger. And it's so beautiful because she always, obviously being a Libra, gets the best gifts for people. So I'm going to drink some water, and I highly recommend that you guys do the same throughout this. Stay hydrated. And Happy New Year. I'm actually doing this reading on December 31st. I'm not doing too much for New Year's. I have a lot of friends coming down, and we're going to do a New Year's then. So we're going to do a nice bonfire, and we're going to, write some stuff down and burn them as well tonight. Keep it simple because I'm actually pretty tired and still not feeling 100%. So, Libra, we're going to pull one card from the Usi Pagan Other Worlds deck for your overall energy for the year and overall outlook. And then we're going to pull one card for each month of the year. And before we even do that, and while I'm shuffling, I'm going to talk about the astrology in the coming year for you, because it's going to be a big one. So I do recommend, even if you don't really pay attention to astrology that much and you don't think it's important this year. It is, okay? So it just is. So let me have a little bit more water and we'll get into it. All right, January 10th, we have the lunar eclipse full moon in Cancer in the North Node in your 10th house. So there's going to be a lot of 10th house energy for you, as well as 4th house energy this whole year. Your life, so again, the 10th house is your life's work, your long-term plans, and I'm going to be looking down during this. It's just because I'm looking at my notes of astrology so I can stay on track for you guys and not get too offbeat with it. But anyways, the 10th house is your life's work, your long-term plans, and you're really going to be with this Cancerian energy, which is about nurturing. It's going to be nurturing your life's work and allowing it to nurture you. You're going to release what you don't want out of work and career, your vocation, and what you're bringing into the world. Excuse me. And you're going to be really lucky in work. And again, eclipses, their energy lasts for 6 months, and we have 6 of them. So there is some really big themes this year and some really huge changes. So, again, you're going to feel really taken care of in terms of work with this energy. January 12th, we have something that a lot of people are talking about, and I'm sure every astrologer and everyone you know has mentioned it because it's really big. We have a Saturn-Pluto conjunction at 22 degrees in Capricorn. And this happens around every, I think, 34 to 38 years, and it lasts about 2.5 years or more. And this is kind of the global Saturn return. It's very karmic in terms of this karmic nature really being applied to the whole world, because we're really completing a really huge planetary cycle that's been going on for about 4 decades. So there's a lot of huge undertones of judgment, of things coming up to really be reviewed, released, and let go of. And it's happening on not just a personal level, but a global level here. So we have Saturn, that's Lord of Karma, in the Greek mythology, it's the god Kronos, the god of time, meaning air. It's very structural. And Saturn, it represents the skeleton which all things are built around. Pluto is, the god of death, Hades, the enactor of karma. So we have the Lord of Karma and the enactor of karma interacting, and it's bringing about this huge implosion, this transformation in our life here and in the world around us. And we have, again, Saturn, the celestial clock, and Pluto kind of being the force that really comes to power as time, as the clock strikes midnight here, as time runs out. Due date. So it's really big energy there, and that's all happening in your 4th house of home and family roots. And so we also have Mercury in your midheaven and Sun there as well at this time, in Capricorn, transforming, again, family relationships and really building new and stronger foundations, finding new foundations, releasing old patterns as well, especially in those areas. So for some nice lucky days this year, April 4th, June 30th, and November 12th, we have Jupiter conjuncting Pluto in our 4th house of home and family. So again, there's a lot of really great chances to move to new places, to transform hurt relationships in your home, your family, your closest relationships, maybe even meeting new soul family, making your own newfound family at these times, meeting really important people. We have the nodes changing on May 5th. So we have the nodes, and the North Node entering Gemini, the South Node entering Sagittarius, and the North Node is where it's going to be focusing on information that we can accumulate. So with it in Gemini, it's a huge focus on what you're doing, how you're utilizing yourself, and what you know. And the South Node is really what you're wanting to step away from, wanting to release. So you're going to be releasing, what you used to believe in with it being in Sagittarius, because Sagittarius is education, belief, exploration, expansion. So you're going to be focusing on what you're learning versus what you used to believe and know. And now, what do I know now, and how does that change who I am as a person and what I believe in, especially in terms of religion. Whew, sorry, it's a lot to get through, and I know we got a lot of cards to get through too, so I apologize for speaking quite fast. It's who I am. I'm a fast talker. On June 5th, we have, roll it back here. We have a Venus retrograde actually in Gemini in your 10th house, May 13th to June 25th. It's not a good idea to make commitments, to start new projects, to enter new jobs, or make any big changes or commitments in relationships especially. So just take a step back until after June 25th. June 5th, we have the lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. Yep, another eclipse in the South Node, and it's in, again, a full moon in Sagittarius. So this is happening in the 3rd and 10th house here. So it's pulling in this nurturing and communicative energy, and really has you focusing on speaking your truth and really focusing on what is authentic. June 21st, we have a solar eclipse in Cancer, in this Cancer new moon, and it's in your 10th house again, in your life's work, your legacy, and your ability to communicate and relate, grow, and connect in terms of work. You want to, again, feel nurtured by work, and you will be. It's really lovely for work for you guys this year. You have a lot of really good stuff coming in for work, it feels, in 2020. I'm going to have a little more water here, and we're going to continue. July 5th, we have a lunar eclipse full moon in Capricorn. And at this time, we're going to have Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn also in Capricorn. So, wow, a lot of 4th house home and family focus for you this year as well. So you're going to be making a lot of changes to your family life. What does the structure around you, your closest friends, family, your found family, your work life family, how does that all look, and what changes do we need to make? You might be moving home. You really want work to be effective. You want to work to really be effective in your family life here. You want to make the changes, and you want to affect change is what I'm trying to say. I feel like I said that a little weird. November 30th, we have a lunar eclipse full moon in Gemini in your 9th house. So it's a lot of really good luck in terms of learning, expansion, and travel. New doorways might open in terms of travel and education. What do you want to learn now? How can it aid to your life? What do you really want to start learning more about? And how do you want it to affect the different areas of your life here? In terms of where you live, where you're traveling. So we want to see the world. We want to see new things. We want to experience new things in relationships. December 14th, and again, all these eclipses last for 6 months. Just keep that in mind every time I say eclipse. December 14th, we have a total solar eclipse right here at the end of the year. A new moon in Sagittarius, again in your 3rd house of communication, siblings, all the people that are closest to you. Again, how you communicate is going to be expanded. You're going to find new ways to do so, and you are probably going to be releasing and letting go of a lot of old communication patterns, letting go of almost, it feels like, lesser and more surface level stuff, stuff that really doesn't work out, that doesn't just show you who you are. You don't want to, it feels like, pretend to be somebody for people to like you anymore. I feel like by the end of this year, a lot of you are going to be really done with that. December 21st, we have the Great Conjunction once every 20, this happens, again, once every 20 years. Jupiter, the planet of luck, and Saturn, the planet of structure, are going to meet, and humanity and the structure of humanity is really going to be tested. So it's going to be an interesting one, guys. All right, Libra. I know we just blew through all that astrology. Let's get into your cards now. Energy of Libra and the lives of my Libras for the year of 2020 to 2021. Ooh, I have a really good feeling coming up here, so I don't know. Good stuff. Oh. I really wasn't expecting this, but I can't really ignore it. It came right face out. We can't pretend it didn't. Three of Swords reversed is your card of the year. I know that looks kind of scary, but it also has you, I think, looking at and healing wounds that other people have put there in your life, or wounds, swords that people have allowed, that you've allowed people to put into your heart, into your life, problems, hateful energy. If you found that you don't like who you are this year, if you find that you don't like the way that you're seeing the world and the way that you're treating others, I'm getting a lot. You're going to really have to look at why this is coming up. And if you really want to be this person with these types of views, this types of hate, this types of animosity or grudges that you're holding against maybe a past person, or whatever it might be, I just feel like this has a lot to do with past hurts, and you're starting to see how these pains, how these hurts, how these heartbreaks, these losses have really affected you and how you view the world as a person and how you go through life. So we're going to see how that comes up. Those are some really big messages. Wow. I wasn't expecting that one, Libra. But when it comes out decidedly like that, I can't pretend and give you a gushy card. I'm sorry. So let's see. We're going to go through it month by month. And again, that's not a bad card. It does represent healing. When I see the Three of Swords in reverse, there is, obviously a real facing of denial, of areas that we've denied ourselves love, areas that we've denied have been hurt, that we've needed to heal. I don't need to look at that anymore. I don't need to remember that. I don't need to face that. It's fine. But this year with all these eclipses, it's really going to put the spotlight on why those swords are there in the first place and what you've been denying about the whole situation. Ooh, wait, these are big messages. I don't know what's happening, Libra. We're going to see how this year plays out. And again, these aren't all bad things. You have so much good stuff coming in for work, so just remember that too. Like, I don't even need to pull cards to know that you guys are making it big this year. All right, Libra. January 2020, Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay, we'll take that. February 2020. Guys. Oh. Yes. See, I'm saying it's a good year still. It just has you, it's a little chilly in here, so. You guys are giving me chills too. Like, this is some good energy, good chills. Good chills the first 2 months. March 2020 for Libras. When did you... Lost it. Oh, that's a kicker. Okay. April 2020 for Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Caught it. Okay. May 2020. All right. Okay. June 2020. Definitely you. Of course. July 2020. Okay. August 2020. Yeah, you guys are like, I don't know. There's a lot of good stuff coming in this year. I just know it, especially for work. Doing the thing, like having your career really nurture you is important this year. Okay, October. Okay, one at a time. I only saw you. Oh my gosh. November 2020 for Libra. We will take that one. And December 2020 for Libra. Okay. There's a couple months where some stuff might happen, but, you know, it's all really good. I think that we have a lot of really good stuff coming in this year, and it's so worth it. So if you're afraid because you got the Three of Swords reversed as the overall energy, it's just trying to remind you that you still have some of that inner work to focus on despite all these other really good things. Don't get into denial anymore if you've been denying something. But Ten of Wands, it's just kind of like a background like message there. Ten of Wands is your first card out and it's reversed. So we're dropping the load this month. It's like if you're carrying too much weight of other people, if you're carrying out too many other people's, you know, responsibilities, stress, if you've been taking on too much work, you've been way too busy, you're going to stop, you know, saying yes to everything, and you're going to stop trying to please everybody. And Libra, that is a message that like you guys are known for having issues with, is that you cannot please everybody. You can't make everybody love you all the time. You have to do what's right for you a lot. So whether or not somebody wants you to do this, that, and the other thing, and they're used to you doing that, it's time to take a step back and do something for yourself. Take, you know, a weekend off instead of going out and, you know, appeasing all your friends and doing this, that, the other thing because they expect you to. You don't have to do that. You don't have to rise to anybody else's expectations in January, okay? Ten of Cups comes out after. This is why I laugh when it's the first couple of months, because I never just get 1 10 in a reading. It's rare that happens. And look at the first 2 months for your Ten of Wands reversed and Ten of Cups upright. I don't know why that is for me as a reader, but it's like I just always get 2 10s. I don't know what that is. It always just like is really significant in terms of cycles closing out. So the first 2 months, you're really going to be closing out some cycles and focusing on what makes you happiest, what truly, authentically makes you happiest. What do you want your life to look like? What do you want your family life to look like? What would make it happiest? What would truly make you happiest? What kind of life do you want to see yourself living? Yeah, this talks about a family, but family in terms of work, it could be family in terms of work, it could be family in terms of your friend group, it could be where you live and the life that you're living. If you're not happy where you're at and you're not 100% fulfilled, I don't think 2020 is going to allow you to just sit in denial and not do anything about it anymore. So, especially in the first 2 months here, it's like, I don't know, you guys just were like, no, I'm like, life's too short for me to waste, asking, is the grass greener when I already know that it is. Ooh, Libra, you guys got some hot messages. You have a certain energy to your reading. I always sit down and meditate into that energy. And you guys, Pisces, like you and Pisces have like this like firecracker energy this year. I really like it. You're just not taking it anymore. You're like, no, what's best for me and who I really want to be as a person? Who am I? Do I like who I am? If I don't, why not? What kind of views and stuff have I adopted? What am I now seeing that I didn't see before? Who am I now seeing that has actually been hurting me this whole time? Who has been taking from me? Who has been stopping me from living my best life, from being my best self, from chasing my wildest dreams and my actual happiness and fulfillment? You will find things out in March. You will see things in a new perspective, and you will not be able to unsee them after this. Whenever I get the Seven of Swords, you're finding out something really important. And it's time to start heeding the advice and taking the wool off your eyes. I don't think that's the right way to say it. Taking off the rose-colored glasses if you've been in that kind of situation. But it does show you a situation for what it is. And if somebody has been taken from you, you will see it. If somebody has been sneaking around, if somebody has not been 100% for you, if somebody has been manipulating you, stealing from you, you will see it in March. And April has you with the King of Wands reversed. I gotta say, I don't really like this card. This shows a really controlling person, somebody who is obsessive with control, somebody that, I don't even know. Because usually these readings are very focused on the person, but this feels like an outside energy that's just really affecting you this month. And again, with the month before, with March, it doesn't always have to be something like somebody's doing something bad, but you could be realizing, how you've halted yourself with your beliefs or what you're doing in your life. And you're like, wow, I didn't see that until now. And now I can't unsee it and I can't not change. Like life has to change now that you see the Seven of Swords when it comes, when it's reversed. You see a situation for what it truly is. Anyways, so this kind of feels like this situation. It feels like you're, January, February, and March, April are both like very linked months, like January, February, and then March, April. So whatever you're finding out here, you're going to see, and you're going to be really frustrated with, I think, especially in terms of a work situation, maybe a boss. You're going to be like, this person takes away my happiness. They take away my love for the craft. They take away my love for what I want to bring to the world, and I'm feeling like I don't have control over it. There is, again, a manipulation of control. And this, again, you might be realizing that somebody has manipulated you and your talents, your situation, in terms of work here, especially, but also possibly in other ways as well. And it's kind of about realizing, okay, this situation has been taking my power, and it's time in May here to take it back. Ace of Wands. I'm going in a new direction. This is my new idea. This is my new energy, and I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not going to stand for that anymore. This is brand new energy. This is a brand new direction. This is, I love it because it's just refreshing. It's exciting. It's new ideas. It's creativity coming in. It's a new path forward again. Maybe even an offer. Sometimes you see the Ace of Wands as almost like a dream offer. It's so exciting. It's happening so suddenly. And there it is. Will you take it? I do think so. You're off on an adventure because that's how you're dealing. You're like, okay, you want to do this? Well, I got this. Bye. Your wand doesn't seem to be as great as mine. That's what she said. All right, June. In June, we get Justice, which is your card, guys. And I love seeing the upright version of, the sign that I'm reading for its card, because it just means, it's like a big yes. It's like a big, you're doing great. You're doing wonderful. The decisions you're making, the clarity, the truth that you are saying and putting out there. And again, June is that time where we're hitting a lot of eclipses again, remember? And you're going to be seeing the truth of a situation and making some very big decisions. And it's like, you don't have the emotional, like setbacks anymore. What you've seen, what you've experienced, and who you are now is different than who you started the year off as. And by this point, you're like, no, I'm like truth and justice. You can't like lie to me. You can't do this. And this is the decision that's best for me. And I'm signing off here and I'm signing off there, and everything's going right for me. And I'm not letting anyone or anything hold me back here. So this is a really good card. Also, again, it's great. I'm not going to get into the, just the meanings of justice, because it just doesn't feel that way. So never mind. Some people like it when you're like, oh, well, actually, just according to like tarot guidebooks and stuff, it's X, Y, and Z. Like, there's never, if you're really a tarot reader, it'll have different meanings, and doesn't always have to be what the book says. July, Page of Pentacles. This is good. Again, new ideas. It feels like whatever new direction you're starting with and like going off on here, whatever new ideas, again, energy, I want to say idea again, projects, etc. Even vocation, career change that you're making this year, decisions that you're making, it's really fruitful. So it feels like you're giving life to something. You're starting, you're planting a seed here. You've got this little egg of an idea, and you're going to do something with it, but you're just still working on it here, like still deciding, still putting it together. Or you could be getting, an opportunity that's the start of something quite large that's going to manifest and grow into something much bigger with hard work and efforts. But don't procrastinate. In July. August, you get another page, the Page of Swords. This is, for me, sometimes I see him as kind of a spying card, and some people do. I feel that this is a lot about, looking, learning, communication, having the necessary, reaching out to this person, communicating with this person, doing this, doing that, learning, researching this, and then, writing the right people about it. It just feels like you guys are, it's like a continuation over whatever these new ideas and new path is. It's a new energy. Pages are always kind of that new starting essence of earth, essence of sword energy here, essence of air. So, and air is your sign. So it's very clear, very, again, clear seeing, clear doing, and a clear path forward. And you're excited about it. You're excited to put in this work, it feels like. This is very positive year for you. It's like, I don't know, everything is just very work focused, which is why I think this card reminds us about the emotional and relationship aspects of life too this year, because those are also important, even if they're not the main focus every single month here. September has you taking a break here. Rest in September. You guys tend to work yourselves to the bone. Nobody really talks about how hard it is to be a Libra, because you guys put effort and the finishing touch on everything. Everything must be perfect. I have to do these things so that I can have this kind of life, and, I'm doing this for this person, that person, and myself. And just make sure to take time to rest here in September. Rest, analyze, recuperate, stay where you are, and try not to push forward too much. October is King of Swords. King of Swords is great because it's, I mean, he's again the king of the element of air, which is you. So you're in a really great headspace this year. You're seeing things, you're analyzing things in a very succinct, clear, and truthful manner, a way that works for you. And no one's going to put anything past you, it really feels like this year. So if people were, and like you were taking it before and you didn't notice it, like you're not doing that anymore, not even a little bit. But the King of Swords here is again very mature, very in full command of your life, making the right decisions. You're making, I don't know, it just feels like you're in a great headspace communication wise. You're doing great. Again, it's just you have authority and dominion over whatever your career is right now in like such a huge way. Everybody notices it. Everybody sees you as kind of a leader and somebody who knows it all. Like not a bad way know it all, but like you know it all, you can do it all. Okay, November you have the Sun, so this is success. And again, with that King of Swords, it could be that, you know, we're getting, you know, getting a raise, getting a new job, getting a new position that is so much bigger. And then this next month, we're really experiencing what it feels like to be in, you know, have our moment in the sun. So November 2020 has you again having your moment in the sun, having success, something to celebrate. Life is harmony. Everything is happy. Love and happiness are just an absolute abundance. December, we have the Knight of Cups. And Knight of Cups always has a message of, you know, something dreamy, something loving, something, you know, very Prince Charming-esque. So it could be a very romantic month for you. Could have you, you know, chasing some new dreams and maybe having a lot of creativity, new ideas, new really dreamy offers, especially if you work in a creative field, in a writing field, or in an emotional, you know, more watery field here. It also says, you know, any messages that you're receiving in your emotions and in your subconscious to listen to, because they're going to guide you in the right direction. And again, about this Three of Swords as your overall energy. You know, I haven't done this for any of the other signs, but I'm going to pull just one card here of what else we can say about that for the Three of Swords reverse says for your overall outlook of the year. Yeah, you need to put in the effort in terms of healing. I know you had a lot of other things going on and everything is great, but if you don't put in the effort in terms of healing, it's going to be too late when you see that Seven of Swords reverse, and it's not going to be good. So again, I would say make sure to heal, make sure to pay attention to how you're feeling, why these feelings are coming up, and if they're really valid. Sometimes we get so carried away with a notion or a way of life or a hateful way of thinking, living, doing, that we no longer, like, I don't know where sometimes people just pick these things up and you might suddenly realize what brought that up and why am I saying this? Why am I believing this? Why am I feeling this way about this person, this situation, this job, this, you know, why, so, you know, a belief or whatever it might be, way of living. And it's time to look at why you're so angry about it, why there's hurt there, and you know where these feelings come from, because it might not be about that situation at all. You might find that somebody else has put those swords there, or that this is relating to a situation where you needed healing and you didn't heal yourself. So make sure to put effort into healing, to ask for help when you need it, to really also gain, again, because you see three people here, and the Six of Pentacles is an exchange. Sixes often have, I'm pretty sure in almost every card they have two people. Or more than one person. Yeah, every six has more than one person in the traditional deck here. So yeah, ask for help from people, and that will help you pull these swords out. Get the help that you need. Really look at how you can heal yourself and really rebalance yourself in the heart and where you need healing. All right, well, guys, those are the messages here, Libras. I hope you have a wonderful 2020. I'll see you in the monthlies. Make sure to subscribe and check out, again, your monthly reads, the daily reads. And if you want to book a private reading, all that information is below this video in the description box. I do other stuff over on Instagram, and it's a lot easier to probably get in touch with me over there. So feel free to join me over there. We do some pick-a-cards and fun stuff, and I sometimes do daily reads. Anyways, Libras, 2020 looks really good for a lot of reasons. It's just, you know, again, it's a lot of Capricorn energy, so it's not going to just give you things without a little bit of work and effort. But you're okay with that. All right, Libra, thank you so much. Have a wonderful and blessed year and brand new decade. Namaste.